My name is Clayus Davis, and I suffer from sickle cell anemia. I was first diagnosed at the age of 3, and I've had it all my life. Both of my parents were carriers. They both carried sickle cell trait. My dad carried sickle cell trait, so did my mom. So I've been dealing with this illness all my life, and I've got a few tips and a few tricks that will help you guys out there who suffer from this illness as well. First being, when you start your transfusions, the first thing you want to do is when you start your blood transfusion, because it's bound to happen, you're either going to do an ectophoresis, which is a red blood cell exchange, or you're going to do just a standard transfusion, blood transfusion. So with the standard blood transfusion, it's good, but there is a downfall to blood transfusions. When you get exposed to a lot of blood over time, the red blood cells, when they actually break down, they release iron. And there's no way to get rid of that iron. Your body is really good at storing iron, and it stores it in places that it shouldn't store it. So the ectophoresis is what they do is in one arm, they put a pretty sized needle in your arm. They're gonna draw out your blood, your plasma, and in the other arm, they're gonna put another needle and they're putting donor blood with your plasma mixed back in. Now, with that method, what it does is it lowers your sickle cell count. It also raises your normal red blood cells. So if you do that therapy, this is how you hack it. So what you do is, once you get that therapy, as soon as, I would say, a day or two after you get your ectophoresis treatment, then you're going to start working out. And what you want to do is you want to build your body up. Now you have the red blood cells to keep up with the oxygen demand of your physical activities. So that is how I ended up hacking sickle cell. What I did was, the doctor said you have two options. You can either A, you can work out, or B, you can get a port. And I've never had a port a day in my life, and I don't ever want a port. And so till this day, I work out. I start with push-ups. When I first started, heck, I can only do 5 push-ups, but I then built myself up to where, heck, I can do 30 push-ups at will, whenever I want. But that's the thing, you gotta build your body up to it. So what you do is, as soon as you get that treatment, your numbers are higher than normal. And what you do is you capitalize, you go out, you exercise, you get into a physical activity. What I got into, courtesy of one of my good long friends, I ended up joining ballet. I know, right? Ballet. But seriously, ballet helped me out tremendously. Not only did it help build my lungs, it helped build leg muscles as well as upper body strength. It was awesome. But the only way I was able to do ballet was the transfusions, because I was above normal for a sickle cell patient. So once I had that blood in me, I felt good. I lasted for about a good month or so until it was time to go re-up and go get another transfusion. I was also transfused every 4 weeks. So every 4 weeks, I would have to drive down to San Antonio, get hooked up to an ectophoresis machine, and what they would do is they would, like I said, draw blood out of one arm and plasma, and in the other arm they're putting in donor blood and plasma, my plasma. And so once they did that, hey, I felt awesome. I was able to actually do all the extraneous activities. I built my lungs. Now you're probably saying, well, why am I doing all this? Okay, so what we're doing is we're preparing you. What we're preparing you for is you're not going to do transfusions for the rest of your life. The blood that you receive in the distant future, or sometimes it happens right then and there, you will create an antibody. And an antibody remembers that blood, and it goes and it fights it. So once you start making a lot of antibodies towards that blood, it gets harder and harder to cross and type your red blood cells to donor red blood cells. So that's why I say you're not going to get to do this forever. But while you are receiving this blood, I urge you, exercise. You have the oxygen capability. Just do it. You don't even have to overdo it. Just do a little bit. But that is when you can become active. You have to do it when you're doing those treatments. Now, what happens if you don't receive those treatments? Okay, it's not a problem. So after I received those treatments, I lasted on those treatments from the age of 18 all the way till I was 25. I'm 34 now. I've been on hydroxyurea, 500 milligrams, since I was 25 all the way until I'm 34. I'm still on hydroxyurea. I take 2 tablets Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I take 1 tablet Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that helps make the fetal blood cells. So what it does is it tricks your bone marrow and it says, hey, don't make sickle cells anymore, make hemoglobin F. And so it's making hemoglobin F. And while it's making hemoglobin F, sure, I'm still spitting out some sickle cell blood, but anything is better than sickle cell blood at this moment. So once you get to start taking hydroxyurea, you can still keep up the physical activities. And so you're probably asking yourself, why are we still doing the physical activities? Okay, the reason why we're doing the physical activities, 1, you want to build up your endurance. 2, you want to build up your lungs. The number 1 cause of death for sickle cell anemia is acute chest syndrome. We don't want that. So what you want to do is really build these lungs up. You need to be able to handle that if you sickle, you're still able to move. You're still able to actually get stuff done. Now, I'm not telling you that once you sickle, you're immobile or anything. By no means am I trying to say that. But when I sickle, like I sickle in certain areas, I sickle in my knees. So I know as soon as I'm going to start sickling in my knees, I need to get my body into a vehicle and get down to the nearest emergency room. Or I need to call an ambulance and have them come pick me up and take me to the ER because I am sickling. One of the knees will go, the other knee is sure to follow. So when I sickle either in my knees, I get priapisms like nobody's business. If I actually counted on how many times I get priapisms a week, I would be in the hospital so many times. It's just ridiculous. So I thought of a remedy, which was push-ups. Now think about this, it's push-ups. What you're trying to do is there's blood stuck down there in the penis. What you're doing is you're doing push-ups. You need that blood to circulate elsewhere. In order to control that blood, you need your heart. Your heart's going, you need that heart rate to jump up. So once that heart rate jumps up, but slowly, you don't need it too high, but you need to slowly gradually get that heart rate up. And that's why I do push-ups. So I do push-ups, and as soon as I'm done with doing at least 20 to 30 push-ups, I then go, and the pain's gone. Sometimes I'll still have an erection. So what I'll do is I go and take a hot shower. And what a hot shower does, it opens up the blood vessels of your vein and allows for more blood flow, therefore more oxygen. That is the whole theory behind doing exercises and having a priapism. If you ask any other sickler, I guarantee you when they get a priapism, they're either lifting weights, they're doing push-ups. Why? They've already figured it out. All you do is control your heart. Get that blood to go elsewhere. The blood's got to go where? Your muscles. It's got to go up here because you're doing an extraneous exercise now. And now your body, the heart rate's going up, your lungs are working, it's making you take in nice fresh oxygen, and that's how you take care of a priapism. Now the thing is, when you have that priapism, as soon as you feel that pain come, the sooner you feel the pain come, the sooner you need to start working out. You need to do the push-ups. You need to lift weights. I've got 2 15-pound dumbbells over there. I also do my push-ups, of course. I also have a pull-up bar, and a pull-up bar comes in handy. You attach it to the wall, or not to the wall, but to the door frame, and you start doing your pull-ups. And with pull-ups, this is a high strenuous exercise. And anytime you do a high strenuous exercise, it's less reps. So if I do pull-ups, I have to do at least 10 pull-ups, drop down and do 20 push-ups, take a hot shower, I'm fine, I'm good to go. Now for you, when you first start out, your body's not going to be used to the working out when it's sickle, so guess what? You shouldn't have to exercise for long. Now our body's built tolerance. So with my body, I've been doing push-ups. I've had my first priapism when I was 18. And so when I had the priapism, it freaked me out. I went to the hospital, they gave me an ice pack, and they're like, here, put this on your penis. Why? Why would you want to put an ice pack on something that's already swollen, the blood's stuck down there and it can't come out? All you're doing is restricting the veins. So what you need to do at the end of the day, you gotta be sickle cell smart. You gotta think in reality terms. Think about water. If you freeze water, it's a solid. If you heat water up, it's loose, it's water. If you really heat it up, get it to its boiling point, it evaporates. Same thing with our veins. Once you work out, when you work out, the veins really show. They are going to expand. Why? They need more oxygen to the muscles. That's all we're doing. We're just tricking our body and saying, hey, I want this oxygen over here. And at that, when you work out, your body also releases endorphins. These are natural feel-good drugs that your body produces. So you don't have to take a painkiller. Your body is the painkiller. You're going to work out. And yes, I know it's tough. It's hard. I've waken up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do push-ups. Yeah, I don't want to, but I know the consequences. If I don't do the push-ups, then I have to go to the emergency room. And I'm not going to an emergency room for a priapism or for something that I can fix at home. So that is why it is super, super important that once you start any blood transfusion treatments or an ectophoresis machine, when you do that treatment, that's when you need to start working out.